Hello guys, welcome back. My name's Laura, also known as Butterfly Stitches 83 on Instagram, where I spend a lot of time posting all about cross stitch, and this is my area of YouTube where we're talking all about our love of cross stitch and sharing our projects and our haul and all the rest of it. If you are a returning viewer, then hello, thank you so much for coming and joining me again and giving me a little bit of your free time, which is much appreciated. And if you've never seen my face before, hello, welcome. As I say, we're going to be talking about cross stitch, so if that is your jam and you like what you see, then please hit the subscribe button so that my videos can reach more people, which would be amazing. So, bit of a special one today because, well, it was meant to be. So I was planning on posting this last week, and if I had posted it on the 26th as planned, that would have been my 2-year Flosstube anniversary. Unfortunately, I didn't get to record it on the Monday as I hoped because my daughter had a teacher training day because, you know, they don't get enough time off. And we'd had half term, and then I was like, oh God, she's not actually back. So that kind of put a spanner in the works with my recording plans, because regular viewers will know that we usually have a little face that appears down here and starts making noise and all the rest of it if I try and film while she's here. So it's a little bit of a belated anniversary special, but yeah, 2 years of Flosstube, which is mad. I mean, it doesn't really feel like 2 years. It's gone rather quick, and I've loved every second, and I'm very excited after the little break that I had before Christmas. I'm very excited to be posting sort of every month again now, because I just love it. I love watching it. I love chatting to you guys and sharing my projects and all the rest of it. So yeah, thank you so much. If you are someone who has watched me from the very first day, then the very first video, then thank you so much. That's incredibly sweet. But yeah, so that's where we are, 2 years and counting. And this is technically Flosstube number 20. So clearly missed 4 months during that 2 years collectively. But I did do 2 lots of Flossmas, which were daily videos, so I'm okay to forgive myself on that one. So what have we got to talk about today? I've got 3 finishes, 4 new starts, 3 whips. I've got some lovely stitchy kindness and a little bit of haul to show you. Well, stitchy kindness and 1 piece of haul really. And then we'll talk about stitchy plans. I've got another historical sampler box to do an unboxing of, and I will announce the giveaway winner for which was the January historical sampler cotton and twine subscription box. I will be announcing the winner from last month's video at the end, so thank you so much if you entered into that, and I'll announce the winner at the end of this video. So it will take a little while as usual. You know, get comfy, get yourself a nice beverage, get your stitching out if that's what you do. I always stitch and watch Flosstube at the same time. Yeah, and we'll crack on. So what was the other? Oh, there was 2 things I was going to talk about first. First of all, how is everyone getting on? Those of you who've got this with the stitching almanac. I am so pleased with myself because it's March and I'm still using it, which, to be totally honest, is potentially a first with any kind of diary or journal with me. It usually tails off by the end of Feb. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. For anyone who doesn't know what this is, it's the Stitching Almanac from the Stitching Cabin. This is the hard copy version, but there's also a paperback version, I believe. Whether you can still get it, I don't know. If you can, I will put a link to the Amazon listing, which is where I got mine. I obviously bought mine just before the new year, and I'm really enjoying using it. It's got so many awesome sections. It's perfect journal for stitchers, and each month has got like a full page sort of spread, as well as a page where you can, like, notes for that month where you can just log things. So I'm literally just using mine to write down what I worked on that day, and any other notes I write down when I'm due to record a Flosstube, and I write down any stitchy things that I'm doing at the time. But I keep mine mainly stitching, but there's plenty of space, so you could easily have it as like a, you know, a normal diary as well. So yeah, that's what I tend to use mine for. It's got space in the back to write your new start schedule, your whips. It's got a million things. I've talked about it, one of my Flossmas videos, and I think also my plans video. I talked about it in a bit more detail, but yeah, I'm curious if you guys have got it. Have you been using it? Are you enjoying it? I'm really enjoying mine. And actually in the log page after each sort of month's grid is where I use it to write down my Flosstube notes. So it's particularly handy for that. So I will put that back over there, ready for me to look at. Oh no, see, now I've moved it. There we go. Put that there to stop it flopping back. Yeah, so yeah, I wanted to chat about that. And also, yeah, just a general life update. Not a huge amount to report. I'm feeling so much better than I was at the end of last year. Everything seems to sort of, I've got into the flow of my new routine now. I'm kind of loving the sort of little bit of extra free time that I'm having through having my shop on hiatus. As soon as I have an update on what's happening with that, I will let you guys know, but at the moment I'm still really not sure what's going to go on. And yeah, I'm enjoying going to my stitchy group every week, and I'm going to the Ipswich Stitchy Day on a week on Saturday. Very excited about that. So yeah, it's been good, you know. The new year is so far shaping up pretty well, and I'm kind of getting into my groove with things and doing a lot better in myself. So that's all good from my side of things, and I hope you guys are well as well. So let's move on to cross stitch, otherwise we'll never get anything done. So first of all, I've got 3 finishes this month, hurrah! And 2 of them I didn't even think would be finishes, to be honest, so I'm pretty chuffed. So the first one that I was hoping to finish this month, and I did, is the Stitch in London exclusive from Yasmin Made with Love, from the Stitch in London retreat just gone in 2025. The amazing Yasmin sold kits of these and was giving all of the money to the charity that Marie at Stitches and Diamonds, who runs the retreat, all the money went to, or the profits went to that charity, which was so generous of Yaz. I switched up my threads out of the ones that came in the kit and bought some new ones. Talking Dog Stitchery were there with all of their specially fancy floss, so I went and sort of switched that up a little bit, and I'm really pleased with how it's come out. If you want to know the exact flosses I used, if you go to my Instagram, which as I say is Butterfly Stitches 83, every time I share something, every time, but if I've swapped the flosses, I tend to write down which flosses I used, and they are on there for this one. So yeah, it had writing at the bottom as well, but I decided to leave that off and just have Stitch in London, and it came with this sweet little 2025 charm, which I stitched on quite wonkily because I'm not very good at anything like that, to be honest, but I'm pretty chuffed. I think I'm going to finish it as a pillow, but yeah, I love it. Thanks so much, Yaz. It was really fun because me and all my buddies on my table, we all started stitching it together and spent at least one of the days, pretty much the whole day, stitching on it. So lovely memories on that piece, so I'm really glad that I finished it. My next finish, wasn't planning on finishing it. I thought this would go into next winter season, to be totally honest, but I got quite a chunk done, and then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to power through, which has been the theme so far this year. I've been spending a few more days on each project, which is not like me, but it's been quite good because it means I've made a fair chunk of progress on certain things, so really pleased with that. So my second finish is Hygge Holiday by Hands On Design. I switched up all my colours. The pattern comes with 3 or 4 different colorways, and I decided to totally switch mine up and go with greens and pinks. And again, if you want to know, these are all DMC, but if you want to know the colors I used, go and check out the finished post on my Instagram. But yeah, really pleased with it. Really chuffed to have finished it this winter. Yeah, very happy with that. This is a 28 count from Coffee Craft, Megan at Coffee Craft Fabrics, who, as you know, I'm a big fan of, and I use a lot of her fabric. And again, my final finish wasn't really something I planned to finish at this point in the year, but it just didn't seem to take as long as I was expecting, so I just ploughed through. And this is I Love Giraffes, which is a chart by Haystack Stitching. I was worried I was going to forget then. Haystack Stitching. The chart comes with 2 different colorways and two or three different types of wording. I went for the rainbow one, of course, and it says Dare to be Different. And I want to put that in one of my kids' rooms, probably my daughter's room. This is 28 count linen in vellum that I got from 123 Stitch. Anyone who is new to stitching and is outside of the US, but you like to order US, stuff that's only available in the US, 123 Stitch is by far and away your best option, because they have a flat rate shipping of $5? I think it's $5, so even less than £5, or is it £5? Whatever. Either way, very, very cheap flat rate shipping option. Most US websites, the shipping is like extortionate. So highly recommend if you guys are newer to the community. Anyone who's not already knows about 123 Stitch. So that was my 3 finishes. I've got 4 new starts to show you. The first one, I remember what order. Oh yes, this beauty. Oops. So you guys know I love a tiny town. Heart in hand, tiny towns are just absolutely lush. This is now my 4th or 5th one, I believe. For Nashville Needlework Market, the new one is Needleworkers Tiny Town, and it's just so damn cute. So I will be getting that at some point this year. I've not pre-ordered it as part of Nashville, but I will be getting it at some point. But the one I'm working on currently and have started this month, or last month I should say, since we're now in March, is Quilted Tiny Town. So cute, farmhousey with the nice like quilted style blocks. So gorgeous. And this is where I did this in sort of one stitching session, which, as I say, is about 3 evenings for me, 3 or 4 evenings. So that's where I am so far. It's really, really fun. I'm not using cord for. I went through my Weeks Dye Works collection and my Roxy Floss collection, and kind of just picked out, similar-ish colours. So if anyone wants to know, actually, I will just go through here because I happen to have them with me. So I've swapped the white for Bashful by Weeks Dye Works. I'm also, the black I've switched for Coal by Weeks Dye Works, which is very dark grey. Then I'm using Weeks Dye Works Blue Spruce, Weeks Dye Works Cardinal. If anyone's wondering, I'm in the Weeks Dye Works thread club from Corrie's Little Shop. That's why I've got so much Weeks Dye Works. How Do You Blue by Roxy Floss. Driftwood from Weeks Dye Works. There's some lovely variegation in there. You can't really see it in this light. Dolphin, Weeks Dye Works. Plum Pudding from Roxy Floss, which is this nice rich brown. Blue Fescue, if that's how you say it, from Weeks Dye Works, which again is this lovely variegated grey to turquoisey blue. Weeks Dye Works Baked Apple. Weeks Dye Works Camellia. Weeks Dye Works Cayenne, I guess like cayenne pepper. Roxy Milk Chocolate, which is the slightly lighter version of Plum Pudding. Weeks Dye Works Caper. And Roxy Floss Gold Lang Syne. And Dried Sage, also Weeks Dye Works. So that's the colour palette I'm using. They're similar-ish to the called for colours, but kind of my interpretation. So not that similar, but they're as similar as I could get out of my stash. This year I'm trying to stitch from stash as much as possible, and I'm pretty pleased with myself so far. I've not been buying a great deal, so I'm pretty chuffed with that. But yeah, really fun. There's just something so enjoyable about those tiny towns because they're so quick and satisfying, and like if you're someone like me who stitches on multiple whips and likes to sort of divide them up, they're just so easy because you just have, you know, one building for each, you know, month or week or however you want to divide it up. They're just perfect. I just get a lot of joy from them. My next new start is also rather exciting. I mean, all my new starts this year are very exciting. I'm very happy. So this one, oops, sorry, got so much stuff in here. So this, I think I mentioned in my plans section last video. So there is a lot of people I know are doing the Evertotes Roxy Floss Modern Folk Embroidery collab of the Salentines sal, which they obviously started on Valentine's Day. I decided not to get that because it's too big and I've got too much on. But me and Shell at Cheesecake and Cross Stitch decided that we were going to do our own little miniature version, and she's actually finished hers and it looks gorgeous. I'm not sure if she's shared it with me and our little group, but I'm not sure if she's put it on her Instagram yet. But yeah, hers looks fantastic. So we're using one of the I can't show you the chart because it's the actual chart, but it was one of the freebie charts that we got in the Evertote Roxy Floss Modern Folk Embroidery Advent Calendar. So it's designed by Jacob at Modern Folk Embroidery. I've put it in a bag that's a bit small, so I'm getting a bit crushed up here. And it's basically two swans, we think they're swans, with a little heart and then some beautiful sort of Quakery motifs. And we just thought, you know what, it's perfect, that works. It goes a little bit with the theme of the Salentines, and you can make it a little bit Valentine's-y, you know, with your choices of floss and fabric, etc., which is what I've done. So I've got this gorgeous fabric from again from Coffee Craft. This came in my Coffee Craft advent box. My beautiful, love this so much. This is my mind, I'm trying to get some better light on it. This is my Minder of the Month for January from the amazing Charly Feathers. I love him so much, and I've signed up for the February one, so that birdie will be coming soon as well. And this is where I'm at. I've done sort of one of the swans. So it's basically two swans and then some motifs at the top. So it is a very small one. It shouldn't take me long at all, and I think it will just be a real beauty when it's finished. The floss, I'm also, in keeping with the theme, I'm using Roxy Floss. So I'm using Roxy Floss Piglet, Roxy Floss Lipstick, Cherry on Top, Fuji, and Oink. And these were all from the Evertote Roxy Floss Modern Folk Embroidery Advent Calendar for last year. So it was easy, just grab the red ones from that stash. I've got this lovely ring bling with my initial on that came from Kate Blanford. And in addition to that, I'm adding a little bit of gold. I just felt like you can't really see the gold in this. It's quite sunny and it doesn't look great in this light, but I've got little flecks of gold here, inside here. And I'm using sort of the only metallic thread that I've ever been able to stomach, quite frankly. Metallic thread is generally the Devil's Dental Floss, but this is the one that I can just about bear, and it's the DMC Diamond Grande. I love how metallic floss looks, but to stitch with, it just drives me mad. But this one is good because it's the Grand or Grande one. It's thick enough that you only generally, depending on your thread count, this is a 28 count, you generally only need one strand, which means you avoid where they, because the biggest problem with metallic floss, in my opinion, is that it frays so easily. And if you're using two strands like you are usually, they're rubbing against each other constantly. It frays even more than usual. Whereas this one, because you can use one strand, doesn't fray quite as quickly. My top tips for metallics though are go very slowly and use a very short length. So usually I use like I use like an arm's length, and I do the loop method. So I use an arm's length of floss and I fold it in half. So I guess half an arm's length generally. If I'm doing metallic floss, I'm probably using half of that. I'm probably using a length only about this big, just because it tangles and frays so easily. If anyone's got any other tips, then please feel free to let me know, because I do love how it looks, but it does my nut in when I'm doing it. So that was another rather exciting new start for this month, and it may well be a finish next month, if not hopefully the month after. And I've also got a new start, which I've had 2 stitching sessions in now, but the first one was after my last video, and then literally I was stitching on it last night. So in these next 2, in fact, are part of a plan. Whether I stick to this plan, I don't know, but it's a problem, isn't it? There's loads of Halloween patterns and there's loads of Christmas patterns, and yet we have very limited time in order to actually get those things stitched. So my plan for this year is for between 1 and 3 days on or around the 31st of each month. Obviously there wasn't a 31st of Feb, so I had to improvise. I'm going to stitch on something Halloweeny. This project is so big, it'll probably be this one for the majority, if not all of the year, to be totally honest. And then for 1 to 3 days around the 25th of each month, I'm going to stitch on something Christmassy, which I'll show you next. So the one I've started is Love Poppet Night Riders. It's such a beautiful chart. Love Poppet are amazing. She's amazing, I should say. I love, look at this lacing, sort of lacy look of the white on the moon. And it's just gorgeous. And yeah, it's just beautiful. And because of that lacy look, I decided to stitch it on Ada rather than even weave or linen, which I reckon I'm Ada every, like, I don't know, like 1 project in 4 now is Ada. I mostly stitch on even weave, occasionally linen and occasionally Ada. But this one, I just wanted to stitch on Ada because I just didn't want to worry about miscounting when doing that lacy moon part. So here's where I'm at. Oh, I should say, my floss, I'm doing something a little bit more unusual with my floss as well. So at the Stitch Festival in London last year, I bought a pack, what's the name of it? Some paint box threads, which I've used before, and their thickness is slightly different, or they have different pearl sizes, and depending on what pearl size you go, depends on how different it is from DMC. For this, I'm using the Pearl 8 paint box threads, and the colour pack is Opulence. I'll show you those colours properly in a minute. And they are, I did a little test first to make sure it could work with this fabric. This is, I believe this is a 16 count Ada, not 14. And I'm using 1 strand of this, and it is just like, you wouldn't want to be any tighter than this. It comes out pretty chunky. But I like that. If you don't like that chunkiness, then you're not really going to get on with the Pearl 8 unless you're using a much, I was gonna say, is it a higher count or a lower count? Bigger, basically. But it is working quite well on this. So first of all, look at my incredibly gorgeous thread organizer. I think I showed you guys this in my plans video, but I'm showing you again. Again, by Charly Feathers. I mean, look at this beautiful scene. It's stunning. These ones on the bottom here are the Opulence paint box threads. I mean, look at the colours. They're stunning. So the colours are going to be fairly different, well, a bit different on the houses along the bottom compared to the called for. And then because I then needed like to match the same thickness of thread for like all the greys and whites and stuff, I just ordered some Pearl 8 from DMC. They come like this. I got mine from, what is it called? Wool Warehouse. And instead of normal skeins, they come on little bobbins like this. And I've just got, well, I've got some greys, some browns, and 3 different sort of shades of whitey cream to try and mimic the moon. So they are slightly different, like they're both meant to be perlite, but I would say that the DMC are slightly thinner, maybe, yeah, I would say the DMC is slightly thinner than the paint box perlite, but it doesn't really matter, it kind of all meshes together, and so far it's looking pretty good. So here's where I'm up to. So I've got quite far on the church and a tiny little bit of that lacy moon at the top. It's very hard to see in this light, but I will try to share a picture later today on my Instagram and show it a little bit more. But believe it or not, there is actually 2 different types of green and 2 different types of grey in that church, and then in real life you can see the difference quite a lot. You just can't really see it very well on camera. This is also Charly Feathers, this gorgeous cat on a broomstick. So yeah, I just love stitching on this because the fabric is great. The fabric is, as I say, it's a 16 count, and I think this is Coffee Craft as well, but I'm not 100%. When I put it on my Instagram, I'll double check. But yeah, I just love it. It's going to take a long time because it's quite slow going with the perlite as well, because it is that little bit thicker. But I'm really pleased so far with how it's looking. And yeah, when it's stitched, you really can't see any difference between the DMC perlite and the paint box perlite. Presumably the paint box perlite, I'm guessing, are dyed from DMC, but I could be wrong. So yeah, that's my fun little Halloween project that I plan on sort of working on, as I say, at the end of every month, in theory. And likewise, my final new start is a Christmas one, and as I say, I plan on working on a Christmas project once a month as well. Whether I keep this up during the summer months remains to be seen. It might be a bit too difficult to stomach working on a Christmas project during the heat of summer, but we'll see. So what I'm working on is the Christmas Trio 2023 by Paola at Pantini. Those of you who saw my Christmas videos saw that I already did this one, and I'm now working on this really cute little bowl of peppermints. I love it because it's Christmassy, but it's a bit different. Like, who would think to design a bowl of peppermints? I just love it. I love the peppermint candies. So here's where I'm up to. So just got a bit of filling in on that bowl, and then I can start all the sort of floating little peppermints and leaves on the outside, and then the border. So it shouldn't take too long. This needle minder is from Historical Sampler Company and came in the advent calendar. So that's my Christmas project. That is all DMC. I think it's mostly called for, or close to called for. Okay, so finishes, new starts, whips. Well, because there were so many finishes and new starts, I've actually only got 3. I've only worked on 3 whips, but I'm okay with it. Do you know what I mean? So the one I show you every month is my Quacker. I'm not going to lie, the Quacker was a bit painful in February. It was a little bit painful. What I should have done is eat my veggies, i.e. stitched on the most sort of the bit I'm dreading. I should have stitched on first, but I didn't do that, and now I'm sort of in the latter portion, probably, I don't know, 15 to 20% of this chart left, and it's part of it is the bit that was tricky. Now, to be fair, it wasn't as tricky as I thought it was going to be. It was more enjoyable than I thought it was going to be, but it's still just really slow going. Like, when I show you what I stitched, you're going to be like, that's hardly anything. But I'll tell you, I spent like 4 or 5 nights stitching on it. It's madness. So this is the Quacker. If you search hashtag quackalong, you will see all of us that are stitching on this. We started it when we first met the designer, Mikhail, of Star Parade Designs at Big Stitch in 2024. A lot of us are going to Big Stitch this year in 2026. It's an every 2-year retreat. And the plan is to get it finished for then, which is June. So far, I'm still on schedule, as long as I don't, get too bored and frustrated. The bit that I wasn't looking forward to is this bit. And as I say, it wasn't as much of a chore to stitch on as I thought, but it is still pretty slow going. So, as always, I'll have to scoot back to show you this beast. Right, so there's where I am. Show you a bit closer. And then this is, let me fold up to show you the part I've worked on. This is the part that I did in February. Now, as I say, that was like 3 or 4 nights work, but it just is still, I mean, that is literally like that, not even halfway. So it is going to take a little while. I stitch on the Quacker every other Sunday of the month. I call that Ducky Day, and that's when I tend to do it. The fabric is 27 count Linda in the colour Grass, and the floss is Weeks Dye Works Lemonade. Yeah, so I need to get back on the horse with that one and get that bit finished. And then when I've done that part, I've only got the nice blocky bits here, the birds. All the sort of tough parts are done after that. Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm very excited to get that finished. And to see it with some of the other Quackers when we go to Big Stitch. Very exciting. The penultimate whip that I've worked on is Blue Flower in Praise of Pollinators. Again, this is a mighty big project, but very, very fun. And I am, so this is the problem with linen, it gets so creased. But here we go. So I think last time I saw you, I was telling you how I'd finished this bat when I was at Stitch in London. So everything, the little bird on top of the bear's head and everything inside the bear and the little squirrel on the side, or little whatever he is. Oh, and this little bird here are all new that I worked on in February. Again, this was one that I worked on for like quite a number of days and really got sort of a lot out of. Oh, I also finished, yes, sorry, I also finished this bit and this border. So yeah, I did loads on this one. So yeah, this will probably now go away for a month or two because I've done quite a lot, but yeah, really enjoyable, really fun. She's got, Janine at Blue Flowers, got some real beauties come out for Nashville Needlework Market, but I have thus so far resisted. Maybe when I finish this one, I might indulge in a new one. And the final whip that I've been working on is one I hadn't had out for a while, and again, really enjoyed it. Just loving all my projects at the moment. There's not really any projects that I'm like dreading, which is just so nice. Bear with. It's Barbara Anna 22 balloons. Again, it's pretty big, but I'm quite chuffed with the progress I've made this month. And here's where I am. So this month I did basically these 2 houses, the sun, which was really fun, and all of this part filling in. So I'm pretty chuffed with that. Again, worked on it for maybe 4 or 5 nights. So I'm really pleased with that. This is a 32 count Zweigart Azure Blue. And I'm using all called for colours apart from these hot air balloons, which I picked a slightly darker one because they didn't quite work against, it was too similar to this fabric, the one that was called for. So yeah, really enjoying that. Was really excited to get it back out after such a long time. Sure it's all tucked away, not getting caught on any zips. Okay, so that's all my stitching per se, but I want to show you some lovely stitchy kindness I got, and a little bit of haul, and then I'm going to do a little unboxing of the February Historical Sampler Cotton and Twine box. Then we're going to do the giveaway winner, and then we're just going to do a little bit of plans. So bear with me, I'm just going to bring this stuff over. So now that this room is also my office for my new job, I haven't yet set up my little office area, which is going to be over there. So my craft table and dining table is also my office. So I sort of had to move all my office stuff back to make room to film. Anywho, so let's do a little bit of haul first. So one bit of haul you saw, which was my need reminder of the month from Charly Feathers. And also at the same time, I bought this adorable little chart from Charly Feathers that was actually designed by her daughter, which is like for a child so young, it's amazing. And I absolutely had to get it. So I've got this adorable little snowman yeah, and Charly's put it, like her daughter designed it and asked if she could sell it. So Charly's selling it on behalf of her daughter and obviously giving her the profits. So if you love this and you love little snowman charts, then please go over and check that out. So cute. And then I've got my thread club, Weeks Dye Works thread club. You know, I may have pillaged. Hang on, I usually get 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, this is intact. I know I've been pillaging various Weeks Dye Works for sort of kitting up projects for this month, and I was worried that I'd stolen from this one, but I have not. So this is the Weeks Dye Work, which is actually month 14, so I've done over a year now, and this I get mine from Letitia at Corrie's Little Shop. So this month was F and G. So we've got foxglove. So really, I'm trying to get the light to show. It's a beautiful, like pale sagey green with pink. It's lovely. From a distance, it looks grey, but it's beautiful. Garnet, goldenrod, galvanized, gold, plain and simple. Flamingo, this is beautiful. How much like a flamingo is that? It's so well named. Flatfish, Garrison green. I do apologise for the lighting in here today. You know when it's almost too sunny to give you a good lighting, because it's like, it's that warm light rather than like a bright white. Glacial, is that how you say it? Glacial melt. I never know how to say that word. Glacial, I believe. And foliage. So yeah, some more to add to my Weeks Dye Works collection, which is growing and is very exciting because I can pull from it for lots of things, especially the heart and hand. She quite often, the call for is quite often Weeks Dye Works, so it's exciting to be able to sort of grab from there. And I've also got some lovely stitchy kindness from two of my sweet, lovely stitchy friends. The first is from Sarah, Stitchy Bug, and oh, it's so sweet. I was so chuffed to get these. So let me show you. I've added a bit of fabric in there because I'm going to use it for a project. But so I got these amazing thread drops, floss drops. Pretty. This lovely floss organizer. Did she do the floss drops? I'm now, because I've started to kit something up here, and I'm like, what came from Sarah and what not? Yes, I think these come from Sarah as well. This, I think she said this was Kate Blandford. Lovely little thread organizer. So sweet. Like a little bag charm that says Laura, with lovely beads and lovely sticker, and that is from Made by Kelly. Makes by Kelly. So if you want to check any of hers out, it's makesbykelly.etsy.com. And oh my gosh, I was so excited when I opened this because obviously you guys know I'm a big Roxy Floss fan, and I knew that Kerry had just created 3 beautiful new, well actually one of them I hadn't seen, but 2 I'd seen, beautiful new highly variegated thread lines, and I wasn't going to get them because like when I order from Roxy Floss, it has to be when I order loads of stuff, because like to is sort of covered to sort of make it worth the shipping from Canada. And sadly, you can't get Roxy in this country. Maybe one day. So I knew I'd have to wait until I did another big order with them, and goodness knows when that was going to be. Although actually it would have been just now, because I've ordered the 2026 advent calendar. But anyway, I'll talk about that in a minute. So when I saw these, I was like, Sarah, you're so amazing. So we've got peacock. I mean, for God's sake, how beautiful is that? It just doesn't do it justice on camera. It is so beautiful. And also Nemo, again, utterly stunning. And then this one I hadn't even seen, but it's absolutely gorgeous, and I think it's actually the one I'm going to use for the project in question, is Maritimes. I mean, look at these colours. It's absolutely stunning. So thank you so much, Sarah. I was like, I literally squealed out loud when I opened that parcel. So thank you so much. Let's put everything away so that I don't lose anything. My stitchy friends are just so epic. Okay, and then also another amazing bit of stitchy kindness from my lovely friend Lorna. She made this bag. It's so beautiful. She's such an amazing bag maker. I really hope one day she sells them. But look at this fabric with the little cheetahs and all the florals. Oh God, it's so cute. Look at this sweet little bag charm. I just love it. I love it so much. And then we got, I started eating these. That's no surprise, is it? Some squashies. And, oops. And Penguin is like the mascot for our little stitchy group of friends. So lovely little penguin. Look, so cute. Oops. Lovely little penguin hug. I may be a tiny penguin, but I believe in you. Stay positive, waddle your own way, which is just so stinking cute. Oh, some penguin sockies. And oops, and this really beautiful feather needle minder. Like, I think it's acrylic. It's just so gorgeous. All the sort of patterns, shades in there. This is from Blue Sky Creation. So lovely. blueskycreation.co.uk. So gorgeous. Thank you so much to Lorna and to Sarah. You guys are just amazing. Leaving them out. I forgot I had them. I'm going to eat them in a minute. Yeah. So sweet of you. Thank you so much. So it's my stitchy kindness and my haul. As I say, I've kept my haul down to like the bare minimum. Very pleased with that. Very pleased. So shall we do the giveaway winner? Because those of you who've only come to find out if you've won the giveaway have been waiting a long time, or I've been fast forwarding carefully. So what I was giving away is this awesome January cotton and twine box. And it's designed by Emma Condon, I believe, Stitcherovia. And it's the full kit and the finishing items and some chocky and tea bag and this gorgeous little guy. So thank you so much for everyone who entered the giveaway. I drew the person at random. I basically just put all the numbers in and then pick a number at random. I sort of give everyone a number, then put all the numbers in. And the winner is Dawn Middleton. So your handle is at Dawn Middleton 1209. If that is you, Dawn, then please drop me an email to butterflymum83@gmail.com with your postal address, and I can get this box repackaged up and sent out to you ASAP. And if you're not watching, I will go through and find your comment and comment on it to hopefully give you a little nudge. So congratulations to Dawn, and thank you so much to everyone who entered the giveaway. It helps to have the comments, really helps to boost my video up. So thank you so much. And I'm gonna do a little unboxing of the February box, which I'm not doing a giveaway, I'm afraid, but I am gonna keep this one because it's super sweet. It's an Easter chart. It's so lovely. Look at the little sheep at the bottom. I won't be stitching it for this Easter, but I do really love it, so I'm probably gonna keep this and stitch it maybe for next Easter. Who's the designer on this one? Yes, I thought it must be Little Doves. Yep, so it's Faye at Little Dove Designs. I thought it looked like her style. Yeah, so it's absolutely gorgeous. You got some mini eggs, again some tea, all of the finishing stuff. Oops. The fabric and the gorgeous flosses, and the gold needle, and this little sweet bunny rabbit. So cute, so cute. I'm wondering if the deadline has passed. Well, it must have done for the February one, I'm guessing. But I'll have a look. If there happens to be any extras online, I will put it linked down below. If not, then please think about subscribing to the Cotton and Twine box. They are always so lovely, so generous for the price. You get all of that for basically £22, I believe. And there's different options now, like if you just wanted to get the pattern, there's an option. If you just wanted to get the kit without the extra bits, there's an option for that. So definitely check out the Cotton and Twine / Historical Sampler website for all the details. I've seen a little sneak peek of the March box and it looks lush. So yeah, feel free to go and check that out. What was the last thing? Oh, I was just going to talk about plans for a second. I've got 2 new starts I'm very excited about coming up. The first one isn't, I'm still excited about it, but I'm going to be doing, this is kind of like what my seasonal stitches are going to be for the year. So each season I'm going to be working on one of the heart in hand doodles, and this is the doodles for spring. I believe it's called Bloom, or that's what it says on here anyway. Really sort of small, quite quick chart, I'm hoping. And I've picked all of my floss. Again, I've just picked from Stash, sort of semi-close to the called for. It's a mixture of Classic Colourworks, Weeks Dye Works, Roxy Floss, and a couple of Cottage Garden threads. So when I finish working on that, I'll show you that next month, and I'll go through exactly what threads I'm using, what colours, and again, it will be on my Instagram. I'm still debating what colour fabric. I think I'm going to go a little bit out there and use this lovely minty green. It's less blue in real life, it's more green. And it's a Sparkly's Scorpio 28 count linen. So yeah, that's one of my new starts for this month of March. But this other one I'm super duper excited about. And it is, oops, I literally kitted this up just before this video. So it's a Silver Creek Samplings, Wings of Change. Those of you who are previous watchers, I've told this story to you before, but just in case. So this was a gift from Shell at Cheesecake and Cross Stitch. She knew I liked butterflies, and because my Instagram name's Butterfly Stitches and my email's Butterflies. She didn't really know why, but she bought this for me anyway because she just thought I'd like it. And then it was so perfect, the wording. So the wording on the pattern says, "The butterfly is proof that you in darkness can be transformed too." And that is the whole reason I love butterflies. I love the idea that you go through something difficult and almost traumatic and renovating, and you can come out a better or stronger person the other side. And yeah, this year just felt sort of perfect to sort of crack on with that. And yeah, I cannot wait to get started. The fabric I'm using is 28 count. I swear nearly every fabric has been Coffee Craft. But that's no surprise because she is amazing. This is a 28 count linen. I'm going a lot more for linen, I've realised, in these new starts. So, you know, it's all good. It looks like quite an even linen, if you know what I mean. Some linen can be like so, lots of flubs or whatever they call it. That's very chunky. So there's a 28 count linen from Coffee Craft Fabrics. And it's this gorgeous, let me undo it because it's got so many colours in it. It's got like little bits of aqua, sort of a more denim blue, little bits of pink and purple. It's gorgeous, especially in real life. See it better here. Yeah, look. It's so nice. And I just thought that would work really well because it kind of looks like a bit skyy, which is what I was going for. And then I'm going really wacky on the colours. I'm really not sticking to this at all. I've chosen my own colours. And yeah, it's a bit wild. I don't, you know, this could go either way. But for the butterfly, I think I'm going to use this beautiful, highly variegated. This is called Worsfold Park, and it's by Cottage Garden Threads. And I just think that will be quite interesting to do the butterfly in that colour. And then for the flower, I'm doing these again, like quite wacky. And for the big leaf part, I'm using this lovely variegated green, which is Meadow by Cottage Garden Threads. Got a couple of other greens for the other little details. And then for the words, I'm going to use Forbidden, which is this lovely variegated, you can't see it that well in this light, that's a bit better, green into blue, from, again, Cottage Garden Threads. So this one's kind of sponsored by Cottage Garden Threads, really. And I've got a little butterfly needle minder, which will work so well. So yeah, really excited to start that this month. So I'll let you know what progress looks like. I have gone really wacky with the colours, so who knows if this will work, but we're giving it a go. Okay, so I think that's it, to be totally honest. Thank you so much to everyone who's watching. As I say, if you aren't subscribed already, I won't be bombarding you. I only post once a month, apart from December, when I do Flossmas and post every day. So please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to hear your comments down below. What do you think of the new starts? What do you think of what I've shown you so far? What's your favourite project? Any recommendations for any projects? Yeah, just would love to hear from you. Dawn Middleton, reminder, giveaway winner. Please drop an email. Again, it's butterflymum83@gmail.com. And yeah, if you want to follow me on a more daily basis, please hop over to my Instagram, which is butterflystitches83, where I share all my whips and finishes every 3 or 4 days. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, evening, depending on when I post this. And I will see you again in about a month's time. Take care. Bye. Happy stitching.